good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome. And yes, I know it's 1933.
Yes.
Do apologise. Hope you're all well.
We know where the start button is. We were just having a quick chat.
We was having a natter, you know.
We were talking guitars, for my fingers are sore.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
Marky's got a new guitar. He got a nice one.
No, Betty, this evening, unfortunately, the real world has pulled him away from our loving embrace.
He's playing with his Tonka toys.
Oh, yes.
He's got to get one of his Tonka toys ready by this evening, and it's got to be shipped out, so he's had to work overtime. Bless him. But we love you.
He's probably feeling the power of the dark side as we speak.
Probably, yes. I did message him saying, I hope they remember you when the Christmas bonus comes. And he turns around and says, what Christmas bonus?
Christmas bonus.
Bless him. So, if you're catching us, big fist bump, kidder, miss you. Well, this evening we have got a very interesting bunch of topics, haven't we, to talk about. Also, we've got 2 giveaways for the Johnny's Juice, 60ml bottles, and yes, well, I think one's a raspberry, one's an orange, but it will be random which one you get.
Yep, unless you really, really don't like the flavour, in which case, tough, you've won it. Right.
It's UK also, it's UK only as well. Sorry about that, but...
Sorry, guys. Oh, bless you. Right. Well, shall I say hello?
Well, you can say hello to me.
What's been happening?
What's been happening? Not a lot, really. It's been quiet. I've got a new guitar.
He's got a new guitar.
Got a new guitar. What else has been happening? I've been practicing like crazy, getting ready for stuff.
Yes, Michael Gambon passed away earlier today.
Yeah, poor lad. Sorry, Bunny. Yes, I'm not doing the wheelie thingamajig. It'll just be a named thing in chat, Bunny. Keyword in chat. You know how Nightbot works. We'll be doing it that way tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I know it sounds awful, but I thought he was older than 82.
He's been one of those blokes that's looked a very similar age for a very long time now.
I mean, can you remember him in...
Singing Detective?
Yeah.
He looked old then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, when was that? Back in the 80s?
Yeah. I always thought when he was playing Dumbledore, there was a few more wrinkles around the eyes, but he looked virtually the same geezer. Oh, for God's sakes. Sorry for the screeching. The Muppets appear to have reached the lights.
Be right. Be right.
Bless them.
So how's your week been then? You've been on holiday, haven't you?
I've crashed after the order of work last week. So. Trust me. I had the kids over the weekend, and then come Sunday night, I just literally crashed. So.
You want to just check your your volume? I thought you were a bit quiet there, kid. Now bring the mic.
Volume a bit quiet. Is that better?
Just bring your mic closer to you.
I did. It's closer to the old Grande Bouche.
Yeah, the Grande Bouche. Yeah, you sound a bit better there. Yeah, they're complaining already about it. So like, they can hear me, but they can't hear you.
They're complaining? My God, what's wrong with you people? No!
Well, I hear that the anti-vapors are at it again.
Yeah, it's gum business.
Well, there's that, and then you've got, it was on BBC News the other night, this one doctor complaining about how misleading the 95% safer is.
Now, he was actually a member of the team that looked at the evidence. And what he was saying was they shouldn't the way they worded it minimised the risk. So that he's blaming that on why the big youth take off.
Yeah, which is a load of bollocks.
It is. Because at the end of the day, what would you rather? The sucking on pina colada or a Rothman?
Yeah, but also, in the clip that the BBC was showing, they had a scientist and he pulls out this blooming disposable. Yes, and this has got such and such in it. I think he said it got blooming lead in it or something. And it's a bootleg one. And it's sort of like, well, that's not the vaping industry's fault. Sorry, should I say, the UK vaping industry's fault.
No.
That's the government's fault for not having enough people and trading standards, keeping an eye on all this bootleg that's coming into the country. And also, you've got the idiots that are selling it to kids. But now they're going to tarnish all of us with it, which I think's wrong.
Fee's comment, just the truth would be great, regardless of the youth.
Do you know something? It just seems to be this rolling thing into it all the time.
Think of the children.
It makes me chuckle. It really does. I mean, we've already got a law. The law states that you are not allowed to vape under 18.
Shane's, they can take away my freedom, but they'll never take away my unicorn shake juice. This is it, mate. There is a law in.
We've already got laws. I mean, this is the crazy bit about it all. We've already got laws in place, but this government will not enforce them.
Yeah, because they're scared to upset people.
But they're quite happy for, it's bad for you, that. You shouldn't be doing that. Oh, Jesus Christ.
How many years did they tell us masturbation sent you blind?
I tell you now, and I pray to God, I touch wood, I pray to God, I hope I'm wrong, but I've got a feeling we're going to end up like bloody America.
No.
Yeah, I blooming well do. You can hear the faint rumbles in the jungle of this anti-vaping lark.
I thought you were going to say banjos then.
You leave my banjos alone.
Ding, ding,
That's
ding.
my king you're talking about there, boy.
Can you imagine it? Walking through Bradford and his voice suddenly comes out. My gum has got a pretty gob.
You've got a pretty face there, boy.
Apologies, I've got a proper frog in the throat this evening. One thing I did notice today, we went to Meadowhall purely for the music shop.
Do you know something? I haven't been to Meadowhall since before COVID.
Oh, you're not missing out. Apart from in the lanes, there's one fantastic little shop where you can buy bags and mugs and t-shirts and cards, but it's all got little Sheffield sayings. So, there's like this t-shirt with "Hey up Mardy Bum" on it, or get over it. Berate was my favourite.
Berate.
Right, hopefully that's Kermit.
Out of curiosity, have you heard anything regarding the ban disposable? Because that's gone quiet. Should have been this week, wasn't it?
It's gone very quiet, and at the minute it appears that there's more noise about the electric cars and putting the date back. So I'm wondering whether it's something that's been buried with other bad news.
Paper Bunny, why is there no outcry for kids smoking, drinking, taking drugs? But oh my God, heaven forbid, grown ass. Yeah, she's right. She's totally right there.
Yes, but they're easier to get in the van when they're drunk.
Not only that, he's blooming. He's just bloody crazy world we live in.
Yeah, but again, if you bring up the smoking, drinking, taking drugs, what you're doing is indirectly having a pop at the parents and they won't do it. They don't want to upset anybody because there is a general election coming.
Yeah.
We know there's a general election coming because Keir Starmer and that red-headed bint have suddenly been everywhere.
Oh God. No. I honestly, I'm not exactly a political person, but I don't like them. I don't like Keir Starmer at all.
That was a horrific story. The young lass getting stabbed away.
Oh God, yeah, that were awful, wasn't it?
And the more details that seems to be coming out, it's absolutely crazy.
That is scary.
Is it me or has the world just gone barky?
Well, yeah, because there was a shooting as well, wasn't there? I caught the latter end of it on 6 o'clock news. There was a shooting. I forget which country it was.
I was going to say, is it the police one?
I'm not 100% sure.
Didn't you see that?
No.
So, police marksman shoots a guy. He's driving a car that was involved in an incident.
Oh, I saw that the other night. Yeah, he got charged.
He's been charged with murder.
Yeah. So they all put down their arms.
And are they surprised? You know, it's absolutely mental. The car was linked. They didn't know whether the geezer was the driver at the time. You know. But
yeah, it's like what Jay says.
Well said that.
See, the thing is, though, I mean, I don't want to get political at all because I don't know it enough to get political. But everyone keeps on saying to me, "Oh, Labour's going to get in. Conservatives have got no hope," which I can appreciate. But having Starmer and her as well, and there's the other one with dark hair that's ended up having it like a bob.
Oh, Diane.
Not Diane Abbott, Jesus. That's another. Whoa, she's just somewhere else. That girl, bless her.
She's on another world.
Yeah, she's just over there somewhere. She's quite funny, to be honest with you. I know me personally, I'm definitely not voting bloody Conservative. I mean, I'm a Yorkshireman, we're a Labour, but I just don't trust them. I really do not trust them.
To be fair, outside of a very small group of friends, I don't trust anybody. So there's no you there.
Well, yeah, I'm on about to actually vote for them. I'm
not gonna.
No. I think I turned around and said a couple of weeks back, there's not a single party that I think, yeah, I'm going to put my vote for them.
I think if more people didn't, there wouldn't be enough valid votes, and therefore something might happen. But
because
it'll never happen.
No. Am I right or am I wrong? If you don't vote, it goes to the majority party?
I don't know how that works because I'm sure there has to be a certain level of result. Because if you only got 2 votes...
I'm with Bunny. I genuinely... I actually feel quite sad about it because I've always voted. Well, ever since I was 18, it's so like... I always believed that we should vote because we've fought for that right, and it's especially with the opposite sex. They should vote because people have fought for that vote. And it's sort of like, yeah, but I don't even know who to vote for. And this is, I mean, it's sort of like, I've always been a bit iffy in the past, but I have never been so. I can't genuinely, hand on heart, think of who to vote for. Get the box. Oh, girls. Come on, we're going to say hello to chat.
Better. Right. Participants. Andy Carruthers, good evening, sir, and welcome.
Hello.
Stevie. Hope things are going well, mate. And Jasper.
Jasper.
Bill Richards, darling. Huggles. Dawn W. Huggles. Faxi M's.
Safe.
Evening. Gaily Bops, how you doing? Bubbles. And Jane Dowd, slapper of the wrist, watcher of the clock. Good evening.
Huggles.
John Vaping behind the counter, sir.
Yes.
Call for this. Mick Blizzard, good evening. Hope
Mickey
you're well,
boy.
mate. Mr. Anderson.
Hello.
Hello. Shane Gibson. Dude, been a while. Vapor Bunny, the vixen of Vavavoom. William Dobson, good evening, dude.
Fist bump.
Pasty, I know you're in there, so good evening, darling. Balls. Dion, 78, good evening, dude. Let's see who else we've got. I'm sure there's more names than that on there because I've seen a few. Bill, Jane, Dobson, Jane. Kaz, good evening.
Kaz.
Sorry it's late. Balls. I think I got John, didn't I?
You did?
Yeah, lovely. And he's there. I believe that is everybody.
And we're going for Stuart Dill for MP.
Who said that?
Faxi.
Stuart. No. Can we all fight for a ban on politicians? I'm with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude. Fist bump, sir. Yes, definitely. I would go with that. So, speaking of things political, the politic, Wales.
Oh, we're going for Wales first.
What, for the idea of the pros stood there on the corner of the street confused as fuck? Yes, I think we should.
When we decided we was going to talk about this one, I actually read the actual official Welsh government document. God, they're so full of poo. It's unreal.
It's incredible, isn't it? Now,
Absolutely. So basically what they've done is, I would say 95% of all 30 mile an hour streets are now 20 mile an hour. There is only a select few that are still 30 mile an hour. But the problem also has arisen, which a lot of people haven't publicised, is a lot of these roads do not have speed limit signs, but they are still being flashed if they go over 20 mile an hour.
right.
So,
I made a drawback with this. Within the fine rules of the road as received, doesn't state 20. It states if it's unmarked and the lampposts are a certain distance, it is 30 miles an hour.
yeah, but they're their own government and they can change the rules.
Which means they've got to change a national document.
Yeah, but people are getting done for it.
Oh, 100%. I mean, the amount of outcry when this story first hit, there was actually people saying, well, they can't change the speed limit. Like you just said, they're a government. Yes, they fucking can.
Yeah.
However, picture the scene. Swansea Docks. Little Bert is in his Morris Minor, trundling along at a sedentary 20 miles an hour so that children at 11 o'clock at night aren't diving out in front of his car and he's killing them when he hits them. Old Sandra's been stood on that corner for 20 minutes. She's got to work out whether Morris is slowing down for a quick nosh or whether he's following the speed limit.
Yeah, literally, isn't it?
It's
But the thing
ridiculous.
is, I mean, they're basing it round the environment. If you go onto the Welsh Gov website about it, they're protecting pedestrians, so there's going to be less people being run over. There's going to be less collisions. It's going to protect the NHS. And that bit I thought was absolutely fantastic.
Mm-hmm. So Jane's threatening to withhold Fax's juice.
All right.
After
I'm
the
just
comment-
glad it's not the other way around.
Stop it. He's
got stamina.
Carry on. He broke him now. So they're basing it on pedestrian safety.
Yeah, pedestrian safety. Really big letters, NHS. How that's going to... I've no idea. And obviously the environment.
Right. And you know all these schemes to slow down motorways and things near cities? Such as the one in Sheffield where it goes to a 50-mile-an-hour speed limit?
Oh, God. Like Gainsborough, going to Gainsborough.
There is absolutely no data that has any impact on traffic pollution.
No, actually, it's the opposite. If you've got a car that's going slower, it's going to produce more carbon.
Well, there you go. 20 miles an hour.
Modern cars don't like running at 20 miles an hour.
No.
They really do not like running. My car hates it. When I had my L200, it hated doing 30 miles an hour. But
100%.
now, when it comes to speed limits and things like that, if it's knocking around near schools or a swimming baths or somewhere like that where children or young adults are around, I can appreciate the 20 mile an hour.
Oh, bloody midnight.
Bear with. I appreciate the 20 mile an hour. Now, I don't know about round where you live, but where we live, especially in Doncaster, they have times that it's 20 mile an hour.
Yeah, when the schools are open.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but
and it works.
Another thing that I want to flip around as well. When we were kids, we had the Green Cross code.
Exactly.
We also had cycling proficiency as well.
Yes.
Where are they gone?
You don't need it. 20 miles an hour, you're going to get a few bruises. You're not going to be dead, are you? I mean, let's be right. It's just ruined Darwinism. All those stupid kids that think it's dead clever to jump into the road and found out otherwise, they're going to survive now. Why? And that was a flippant comment. This one's not. Why is a whole country? Have you driven through Wales?
Yeah, of course I have.
Yeah. Well, you know as well as I do, unless you're in Swansea or Cardiff, you're looking at miles and miles of nothing but sheep. And then the odd village, which is normally about 4 or 5 houses. And
yeah, 4 or 5 houses.
Yeah.
Do you know?
So at the minute, there's a load of 50 limits there for what appears to be no reason whatsoever. And now they want to introduce 20 limits within these 4 or 5 houses. Don't they just... call me cynical, but this just feels like a way of increasing the speeding fines.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. But I was reading quite a few people that obviously work and live in Wales, and they were on about there was a gardener, landscape gardener, and he's turned around because of the 20 mile an hour speed limit. He loses approximately 2 jobs a day.
Yeah, It's
So
going to cost
it
people.
might be just mowing lawns or whatever, but now because of the 20-mile-an-hour speed limit, he's literally, because of time, how much time it's taking him to actually go to the jobs, it's now to the point that he's losing 2 jobs a day.
Well, this is it. When a speed limit maximum is 30, your average speed's normally around 25. So if it's at 20, your average speed's going to drop down even more.
There is absolutely no evidence, no proof, nothing that going at 20 mile an hour is any safer than going at 30.
Now, earlier today, the results of a no confidence vote in the minister who actually put this plan together.
Well, you know
through.
him. He was the guy many moons ago that was an anti-vapor.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, he was really big anti-vapor. And he tried to put it through the Welsh government to ban it. He went through, obviously, the procedure of the Welsh government. He rehashed it. I mean, this was going back, it must have been 2016, 17, somewhere around there. Got dates, I'm not 100% sure. What he did was try to restrict vaping, and he hid it in a bill that covered tattoo parlours and things like that. And he tried to bury it underneath there. So, for argument's sake, you wanted to vote for anti to whatever. Most people would agree, yeah, we don't want that, and he put it underneath with the vaping. So if they had agreed to the other statements, they accidentally agreed to the vaping bit, and they caught him out for doing that.
Now the vote of no confidence was brought by the Welsh Conservatives. It was easily defeated by 42 votes to 16 after no other parties backed it. Before the vote, Mr. Waters said he understood lots of people are angry and frustrated. We are listening.
No, they're not.
No,
well, they had a petition as well. I mean, I've got family that live in Wales, and they've been petitioning about it.
That's growing incredible speed. Apparently, it's a £33 million project to change all the speed limits to 20. Don't they think that... There you go. My message to more than 400,000 people who signed the petition is simple. We are listening to what you say. Well, if that's the case, scrap the plan.
It's ridiculous.
Think how big Wales is. Think how many people live there. 400,000 people. That is a significant percentage of the population.
Yeah, of course it is.
Wales is what's happening when a hard left woke Labour Party is in control for too long. Evening, Vic.
Evening, Vic. Yep, totally agree with you on that, buddy.
And don't forget tonight, Vic has the auction on.
Yeah, it's a special auction as well.
It is. Do you want to...
No, I'll let you carry on. I'm going to have a drink of pop.
So half the proceeds from the auction this evening, I believe half, is going to Mick's daughter's Just Giving. Really special cause. Get yourself onto Facebook if you don't know about it. Either look at Mick or you can go onto my news feed.
Yeah, it's on our Facebook page as well.
It's on our Facebook page. Absolutely brilliant cause. Hats off to you, Vic, for that one. Absolutely.
Well, Vic will be able to remember. I was just saying, just before you came in, Vic, he was the guy that's brought this in, the leader of the Labour. He's the guy that tried to ban vaping. The dirty little bogger. But people need to vote, don't they?
I'm intrigued now, though, because this guy's just put a sound bite out into the media. Speeds are already down, and as a result, we can expect to see fewer accidents, fewer casualties, and fewer deaths. Really?
How?
I would expect you're going to see more prangs.
Because, let's face it, I've been driving X amount of years, and 20 mile an hour, You're forever looking at your speedo.
Yep. And if you're 20, people are going to be travelling closer to each other.
Also, that's been reported as well, is a lot of people don't know where a 20 mile an hour speed limit is because they haven't put signs up. So people have been driving around at 20 mile an hour in a 40 zone because there's no sign saying what it is.
But this is it. And that's why you go back to the I can't remember what the damn document's called, but the rules of the road.
Highway code.
Highway code, thank you. And it clearly states between a certain distance of lamppost, it is 30 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So,
in other words, for a government, they're going to have to write their own highway code, aren't they?
Yeah, Wales is. And if you walked into court and you can prove there was no sign showing the speed change, any good lawyer is going to get you off.
Yeah. I don't care what anyone says. People that drive cars are so easy attacked. I mean, you look at what's going off in London with the clean air zones and things like that. Bradford's got one, Sheffield's got one.
Birmingham. Yeah, if you go into Expo, watch out for that one. Because you get funneled straight through it. UK should do what Germans do. Motorways have basically no speed limit. Yeah, the autobahns, and within town centres limited to 35.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And the thing is, at the end of the day, like you say, mate, what happened to the Green Cross Code? What happened to Tufty?
You see, that's another thing, isn't it? They've brought in as a rule now that the pedestrian has right of way, irrespective.
If I'm doing 30 miles an hour and he walks out in front of me...
Yeah, you're in the wrong. According to the highway code, you're now in the wrong.
Yeah, and I slam on my anchors, yeah, and the guy behind rear ends me. You cause a multiple car pile-up because this pillock's just walked off the pavement.
Do you know what the dangerous thing I find is? For argument's sake, you're turning left or turning right, irrespective, and someone's crossing the road...
Yeah, you're supposed to stop dead.
You're supposed to stop dead before you turn left or turn right. Do you know what and I've always said this ever since I've been driving, do you know what I think's bloody dangerous and all? Zebra crossings right on the exit of a roundabout.
Retford's prone for those.
How dangerous are they? Because let's face it, you're concentrating, especially if it's a fast roundabout, you're concentrating onto actually, you can't mess about, you've got to shoot over. As soon as you shoot over, there's a fucking zebra crossing.
Well, Bill's just put a good point. If I'm driving in a dodgy part of Leeds, there's no chance of me stopping because some moron has stepped out.
I tell you one thing, have you ever driven round Leeds?
Oh, yes. Many times.
Oh, Leeds. Me and Jan went to Leeds once. I can't remember what it was for. We got up to Circular, and came home. Honestly, it's a free for all.
Oh, you want to try getting down to the Museum of TV and Film in Bradford?
Oh, that's nice. That.
Yeah, but if you don't know the way.
Yeah.
By God. Jeez. Cicero, good evening.
Cicero, this one.
In America, that's called jaywalking. Yeah, well, I wish it wasn't UK.
Yeah, that's the crazy bit, though, isn't it? In America, it's jaywalking.
Yeah.
But here, no, they can do that.
Yeah, but you tell me how many people have overtook a cyclist in inner London and given him 5 metres.
Yeah.
How'd you do that then?
Yeah.
Cyclists are getting more rights. That's fine. Cyclists should pay road tax, have their bikes put through an MOT, and they have to pass the test.
Yeah, totally. I agree. Well, the rule of the road now is the priority is pedestrians, cyclists, then your cars.
Graham, I'm all for the 20-mile-an-hour limit. If you try crossing a busy road stoned, it's not good for your car. It's not good for his car either when he hits you. Oh, jail was better. You're not kidding, Mark. You want to try the ring road round York? It's race when it's race day. Total sit. No, Shane, I've done it. No.
Oh, when it's race day, you're queuing halfway bloody back, aren't you? On if you've got
God,
A19 way.
Come off Tadcaster. God,
Jeez.
Benny, it's a nightmare. No, forget Spaghetti Junction. That I've been on Spaghetti Junction once.
Yeah, I've been on it once.
Never again.
I always remember M25. I was gigging down in Elstead, which is not a million miles away from Portsmouth. And we drove all the way down, got onto M25. I had no choice. I had to go on the M25 to get to Elstead. And it took the band that was the headliners were from Norway. And they got there from travelling from Norway, flew over to the UK, got to Elstead before we did, and they set off like 2 hours after we did.
Saying that, I will say the most confusing place I have ever been is the centre of Glasgow. When you get in off the motorway and onto some of the A roads, if you don't know what lane you're supposed to be in, you are going to cause carnage.
Do you know what? That's another my pet peeve about, especially on as you're getting into towns. It doesn't matter what town it is. 95% of the time, the signs are on floor. That's great if there's no vehicles knocking around, but when there's vehicles knocking around, and it's sort of like you'll come up to a roundabout, and it says that you should be in this lane. So you get in this lane. By the time you've got to the actual roundabout, no, you should have been in lane 6 over there.
Oh, don't. There was roundabouts, and there's one as you're coming up the M5. You come off it to head to some services, yeah? There's about 5 lanes, but the markings disappear on the lanes on the roundabout. And it's literally like Thunderdome. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. I mean, there's as you're coming out of Castleford to go on to M62, there's a couple of roundabouts there, and it just the lanes do not follow logic. So you think, yeah, I want to be turning right, so I'm in the 3rd lane. No, you want to be in the 4th lane. The 3rd lane is the slick lane for the dozy bugger that's forgotten that they want to go forwards.
Yeah. I mean, getting into Sheffield's just like that.
Oh, don't. Coming off Ender Parkway.
Yeah, Ender
Jesus
Parkway,
Christ.
jeeps. It tells you that you should be in this lane. By the time you've actually got to the roundabout, no, you should be 2 lanes further over there.
And I cut across. No.
No.
You can't. Oh, that was, yes, we were coming back from Meadowell. So come off Junction 1 on M18, up to Rotherham, onto Mulberry Roundabout. So traffic lights stopped us. Car on my inside squeezes in front of me and goes across on a red light. And what's coming towards him is the slip road from the M1, and I'm thinking, you're going to die.
Well, for me to get to work, I have to go on the A1M and then on M18. And you know these dash cam YouTubers?
Mm.
I could have my own channel doing that. Just on them 2 motorways. Honestly, the
When?
amount of idiots, it's unbelievable.
Did you see that yank? I know this is slightly off tangent. He'd been posting pictures all day of doing 120, 130 on the freeway. Yeah. So from his own dash cam, the police recovered this. An SUV that he didn't spot pulls out into the lane in front of him. He swerves right as if to go round. Yeah. Manages to hit the water butt.
Ooh.
Boom. Off his car's gone. I haven't laughed so hard in my life. If
That's
ever
what you definitely call karma.
Oh, definitely. Whitby. Oh my lord! You know where
I've never had a problem with Whitby.
You know where you come up from the centre of town, and there's the roundabout. So you've just come up past the train station, and you're onto the roundabout. If you're wanting to do anything but turn left to go up the hill, no.
Oh no! You've just got to go up the hill.
I've never seen it like it.
Oh, blooming heck, dash cams, Russian ones are ace. But if anyone has watched these dash cam ones, American ones, it's sort of like, well, you saw that car about a mile away. Why are you hitting it? And it is in America. Honestly, I think they purposely think, get out of my way. I'm not stopping for you. They just... You can see it, honestly. You know how you drive, you look in front of yourself, what's going off. Nah, I'm just driving.
My God, give him right. Sorry.
It's your fault that you're in my way.
The thing is, though, I mean, they are driving some big vehicles, some of the Yanks. So it's like, Hummer. Oh, what was that?
Yeah, can you imagine the pedestrian bit then? I didn't see no pedestrian.
Which idiot put jam all over my wheels?
You're right though, isn't it?
Oh, unbelievable. So, from the Mad Welsh, and they are bloody angry.
Honestly, I've got family and they're absolutely fuming about it.
Venezuela's crazy for driving. Forget Venezuela, Vietnam.
Ooh.
And then India. I mean, Gordon Bennett, the Indians, karmic driving. If you're going to die, you're going to die.
Thing
It's
is, though, you
incredible.
wouldn't want a brand new car, would you?
No.
Saying that, I wouldn't want to have a brand new car and live in Cornwall.
What's that?
We stayed in Cornwall, we stayed in Newquay, and every car that you saw had a dint in it.
What, car park ding or just a
Car
dent?
park dings, that type of thing.
That bugs me.
And you know why? Because all roads are that bloody narrow.
Well, yeah, it's true.
But yeah, you go around in Cornwall, everyone's got a ding in the car.
I must admit, there is some hellish thin roads around North Devon and Cornwall.
There certainly is.
Mind saying that.
There's there's quite a lot in Wales as well.
Well, there is. I mean, Vale of Glamorgan, Gordon Bennett, you get into some of the B roads. Jesus.
Where was we going now? We were in North Wales and we were going through Snowdonia. And literally you had mountain that side, and you were on a single road. And it's sort of like we was going for miles, we were. And Jan's in car, and she's sort of like, Jan doesn't do heights at all. And literally, where we were, it was just literally a sheer drop on the passenger side. So I wasn't too bad driving, but it was so like we must have gone, must have been 20 miles on a single road. And it's so like, I just hope no one's coming the other way. I just hope no one's coming the other way. I'm just hoping that no one's coming the other way. And that's all you kept on thinking, driving. I mean, don't get me wrong. beautiful, absolutely stunning landscape, and that it was fantastic. It was them ones where you got the sheep with two shorter legs on one side.
Yep.
Yeah. But honestly, it was beautiful. But it was so like you're driving along there, you're thinking, I just hope someone don't come. I hope there was a few little, overtakey, parky bits, but not many. And it was like, please don't, please nobody come.
Well, when we went up to the food festival in North Yorkshire, we're going through Dales. Dawn's, to be fair to her, she doesn't like being a passenger, But when you've got a bloody great drop on her side and she's literally sat on top of it,
Yeah.
she really wasn't happy. See, she's just put it in that. That was me going to the Yorkshire Dales.
Oh, driving in Dales is nice. Love it.
Oh man.
I mean, we do it. We go to Lancaster quite regular, and Jan's not a big fan at motorway, so we go, Skipton that way.
Oh yeah.
That's a lovely drive. It's all right if you go early hours in the morning,
Yeah,
because there's no bugger about. Brilliant.
So, moving on. What time is it anyway?
20 past. Shall we do our first giveaway?
I think we should do before we change subject.
Yes, I think we ought to. Let me just get this up and I'll be all right. Right. Project Vates messaged me the other day. They've got 2 bottles, 60ml bottles left. It's either raspberry or orange. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 draws and you kind of get what you get. It's 60ml, UK only, I'm afraid. I do apologise for everybody else that's not in the UK. It's what Project Bakes have said. So, if you guys want to win a 60ml bottle of Johnny's juice, all you have to do is type this in chat. Ta-da!
20. Project Vapes. Fine choice of phrase, sir. Fine choice. The North Coast 500s like that, although I've not been on that. I would love to. I'm only been up to Aberdeen once and thoroughly enjoyed the coast road on that.
One of the loveliest drives I've ever done is it was a bit of a weird one. Me and Jan, we'd lost our dog Spadge, and it wasn't long prior to us losing this, because we had 2 dogs. We had Bono and Spadge, and Bono had passed away, and then Spadge got really poorly and he passed away, and we were both feeling a bit down, and as you do, so we decided, right, let's go for a drive. And we went to Lindisfarne, and we thought, we went to Lindisfarne, and the water was full, so you couldn't cross. So we drove back to Berwick-upon-Tweed. We found a bed and breakfast. And then the next day we actually went to Lindisfarne. We had a look round and everything. And as Sister Jana says, what we're going to do? She says, let's keep on driving, see how far we can go. And we ended up driving through Scotland. And we had a quilt in the back, we had food and that lot, but we didn't know where we were stopping, and we ended up getting B&Bs. We ended up sleeping in a castle, and it was fantastic. We got all the way up to Lochlochie, keep on going all the way around there, and then we double backed around the other side of Edinburgh and came back home, and we did that in a whole week, and it was ace.
Cool.
Right, has everybody entered?
Appears so. Good evening, Craig.
Right, I'm going to roll it. This is the first one. Jane, you've won. Congratulations.
Sounds like my sort of.
It was brilliant. We didn't know where we was going, and also, honestly, it was fantastic. You okay with that, Jane?
Excellent.
Excellent. Jane, email address is up the top there. Just send me your name and address up there, and I'll get that over to Johnny's Juice. And we will give the second giveaway in about 15 minutes?
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, okie dokie.
So, the driving tales, there is method to our madness. Cast your mind back a couple of weeks, and we were talking about the old electric cars. Part of that was this ban that they were going to bring in. Not only a petrol and diesel, but we also mentioned the boilers.
Yeah. Gas and oil.
Yeah, see that? Balls.
Oh, we're there. We're there.
So, I'm starting to think old Rishi is watching the show. Evening, Rishi.
Evening.
Because blow me, the bugger's only gone a U-turn. Now, I don't know whether it's gone through yet. I don't think it has it? I know they've announced it.
They've announced it because he did the public announcement, didn't he, on television?
Yeah, saying that not right to impose more costs on working people. Adding sensible green leadership was needed. Ford are not happy. But Toyota being a bit more pragmatic and said, yeah, it's fine.
Well, it's only 5 years.
It's only 5 years, but when you think about how Ford project sales, that's going to have a big impact.
Oh, yeah, of course it is. But the thing is, though, I think the car industry would have been quite happy carrying on how they were prior to this. You know, making petrol, diesel cars and electric cars. But when they are being forced to put all their eggs in one basket by making only electric cars, you can understand why they're a little bit niffed.
Well, yes.
And also, to add to this, all this beautifulness that's going off with the net zero, Scotland's got a new oil consumption. They're now going to drill for new oil. That got released yesterday. Well, they found a new pocket of oil up in Scotland.
Now, is this a new pocket of oil, or is it one that got mothballed because it was too expensive to actually drill for?
That side of it, I don't know. But what the government is saying, and you know it's a load of bullshit, that it's going to make us a bit more energy secure.
Really?
Yeah. You know what's going to exactly happen with this? They're going to end up selling our oil to some bugger else.
And he's just put it's ours. The problem is hybrid cars are far more effective in areas like North Yorkshire. Well, it's absolutely fine, darling, if you've got the Range Rover to fall back on.
Yeah, of course it is.
There we are. So I'm just having a shufty now for the gas.
To be honest with you, Jane, I'm quite happy being a mumming dinosaur. I don't mind electric cars as a vehicle of transportation, but the infrastructure is not there, and it never will be there.
Now, interesting. I've just found something that I hadn't seen before. So this is from Bosch. You can replace your existing gas-fired boiler, and no, you don't have to before 2025. New build properties from 2025 will not achieve the 75 to 80 carbon reduction target unless they've got heat pump, hydrogen boiler, or a hybrid system. Now, hydrogen boiler is a phrase that will cause blood pressure to go up all across Whitby, because that's where they were trying to force them to test this out.
Thing is, though, out of all of the environmental hydrogen is the best at the present moment with the modern technology that we've got. A hydrogen car would be better than an electric car. Heat pumps, the technology is just not there. In heat pumps, I think the maximum you can get up is 17 degrees.
The issue with the hydrogen boilers is that, one, the safety standards
are going to be a lot higher.
Yeah. And two, there are some incidences where it causes issues. Redcar is half the town assigned to. Blimey, they've done that to Redcar. I used to live in Dormanstown. I'd love to see somebody going around Dormanstown telling them they've got to have hydrogen.
See, the other thing, and I think this is why the government has sort of like delayed this. We're just not ready for it.
But we're not ready for electric bloody cars.
Exactly. And I think that's why he's delayed it. And I think he's delayed it not just because of that. I think it's sort of like it's a vote thing. You see, we all love the environment and we all want to save the planet and we all want to hug trees and all that kind of stuff. That's great. Renewable energy, fantastic, absolutely brilliant until the wind doesn't blow and the sun doesn't shine. Fantastic. This green thing, this new religion, and I don't care what anyone says, it is a religion now, is great. Yeah, fight for this and fight for that and stop oil and all that lot and get rid of polluting, horrible, disgusting petrol and get rid of coal, get rid of all oil and that lot. Yeah, brilliant. Everyone can support that one until it costs you. And when it sort of like reduces your standard of living, things start changing a little bit.
That's something I've not thought about. Given that I'm on a second story flat, how's a heat pump going to work here? Because by the time it gets up 2 stories, it's going to be a damn sight colder than when it left the pump.
Well, yeah. Now you know how I feel. See, I'm smaller than you.
You're closer to the ground.
Exactly.
There you go. Fees just put it into a nutshell. UK is 1% of the world's carbon.
Oh, God. They worked it out. It was a couple of years back. And they worked it out that if the UK alone went carbon neutral completely, the effect of the environment as a global thing is like us pissing in the blooming sea. Have no effect at all. And also, if you look at all the other countries, European countries and the Americas and Asia and all that lot, we are the only country that are going to sacrifice our GDP for the environment.
Have you just seen Will's comment there? Sweden has a pilot program where electric cars can charge a rail, put in a road, and it takes a minor thing to attach to the car. Isn't it cruel strapping kids to underside of cars?
Yeah.
There you go, China and India. There is no way you are not telling me China or India is going to listen when the G2 company, the G6 turns around and says, you must stop it.
But it's like I've just said, we can all spout off this environment and global warming and all that lot and how we're pro this and pro that. You're fine until it actually hits your standard of living. And then when it hits people's standard of living, that's when the policies will change. So it's all well and good.
Yes, but let's be right.
Yeah, when you're freezing your arse off because you've got to have a blooming bloody ground pump, and on your 3rd floor you can't even get blooming 12 degrees centigrade in your house, and you're gonna have to put jumpers and that lot on. when
Yes,
that
but-
starts happening and people can't drive cars and can't get to work and things like that, and it costs you more money, that's when things will sort of like, oh, this environment thing's not as good as it cracked up to be.
Yeah, but this is what makes me laugh, because the right honourable knob end is going to have enough longer in his pocket, siphoned off the public purse, to be paying for his gas boiler to be repaired for a long, long time.
I mean, come on, let's face it. Prime Minister, he won't be in power. By the time all this lot's been introduced and everything, and we've actually finally built these things, because let's face it, we can't even build a bloody railway.
Don't get me started on that.
Well, we've already lost the blooming bit. We lost that 2 years ago.
Oh,
That went to Doncaster.
Yeah.
We've already lost that. I mean, what was the point of having a new railway going from London to Birmingham? What was the point? Why didn't they, if they knew that there was going to be that much money, why didn't they spend it on the actual railway that we've already got?
Well, there is
And improve that? But no, we want a new one. And if it had gone ahead, right, this is really gets me. Do you know how faster it would have been to go from Manchester to London?
Well,
You'd have cut 20 minutes off your time. The amount, I mean, they're talking about environment and that lot. They make me chuckle so much. The amount of habitat, trees that they've destroyed for this blooming H2 for no reason. But the more interesting about cows farting.
I'm intrigued to know, though, how much building land has been forcibly bought.
Yeah,
for the H2.
there's been loads. Honestly, it was a complete white elephant as soon as they started doing it.
Greetings, vaping Bic.
Hello. Sorry, I got ranty there.
That's a fair point. Why would anyone want to go to London? It's a fair point, and it's well made.
Yeah.
Have you been down King's Cross recently?
I've
There
never
is
been
this-
down King's Cross.
That is a scary place, mate.
The closest I've been to actual London was when I went to the Vape Jam. That's as closest to London. I forget what is it, the XL place? Which is near, next door to London Airport, the little one.
Yeah.
That's as closest to London. I mean, all right, it's the centre of London, like, but I've never seen Big Ben and all that lot.
Oh, I work with a guy that used to live in London. So first time we went down to Olympia for a security expo, we ended up, the expo was crap, so we ended up sloping off early. And AD took me for a tour around London, and it was brilliant. So we got to the Houses of Parliament, and I'm stood with my back to Westminster Palace. And I thought, where's this Big Ben then? And he just like slapped his forehead and went, look up. No, all I saw was this big pile of bloody scaffolding.
Yeah, it would be that.
Big Ben was up there.
Yeah.
But no.
I've got to admit, I would, if I was going to go to London, I would love to go to the Victoria and Albert museums.
That's the one I want to go to. That and the Natural History Museum.
Yeah, that I would really love to. But besides that, no, there's nothing in London that I'm bothered about going to see. There's
Cardiff.
too many people.
Cardiff, different matter. Get me down Mermaid's Quay and I'm a happy man. Roll down Place. You've got all your Torchwood references. You've got the Shrine to Yanto down in the quay. It's absolutely brilliant.
Bag of chips, looking out on Whitby Harbour. That's me.
No, because the seagulls are bastards.
I never had problems with them.
You didn't nearly get molested from behind. This thing was a bloody eagle, I'm telling you, man.
We were sat up one time. We were on other side. You know where the Captain Cook's whale bones is. We were sat there, and I must have been sat there for about 2 or 3 hours, just vaping, just watching the world go by. Beautiful.
I love the whale arch. It's just fab.
You can see the Abbey. You can see St Mary's Church. The sun was coming. The sun was just coming up. Oh, beautiful. By all accounts, you know the red light district of Cardiff. Is this correct?
Not true.
Not true.
I've never been to Tiger Bay. How dare you? No, there is something about Whitby seagulls. You go anywhere else, and the seagulls seem quite small and not that sort of bolshy. You go to Whitby, the buggers have been on steroids for 6 months and are coming down off a come down for speed.
Yeah.
They've got bloodshot eyes, and they don't wait for you to drop.
You know why they've got bloodshot eyes, don't you? Well, salt that they've intaked. I need me carbs. That's what they're shouting. Carbs!
Whitby does have the seagull mafia. I've never seen such aggressive seagulls.
Oh, they're not going to mess about.
They don't even wait for you to drop it. They come up and start harassing you. And it's not just one.
I think there's one. I'm almost certain that there's one of the shops, you know, the smaller chippies and that. And it says, says something daft like, if seagull gets your food, don't ask for more.
A refund. That's Mr. Chips up on the end by near where you're going to the Harbour Wall.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I saw that sign. It said, if a seagull gets your chips, don't ask for a refund.
Yeah. I love Whitby. Just something about, as soon as I get onto that road, you come up to it roundabout, you turn right, my blood pressure just goes. I just don't know what it is about that place.
Must admit, I love Scarborough as well, and they do have a fab retro arcade in Whitby.
I've got to admit, I don't like Scarborough.
I like Scarborough.
Scarborough's too much like Rotherham.
There's plenty of Rotherham people in Scarborough. That's why.
Probably that's why. He's a bit of a dump, is Scarborough.
I like it. King Arthur's tattoo. I'd love to know if King Arthur's is still open. Because that's the tattoo parlour where you come down the hill and head towards the front.
Sorry, people that live in Scarborough, but it seems like they've just let it rack and ruin.
It's just lack of investment, mate. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's like any seaside resort.
Yeah, but if you go to Redcar, I mean, God almighty, 90s, that place was dying. It's had a bit more cash pumped into it now.
Oh, I've had many happy hour at Redcar.
So have I.
For some reason, at one point, I was just gigging a hell of a lot around there. I just kept on getting lots of gigs there.
Used to be a brilliant music scene in Redcar. Brilliant.
I mean, I'm going back, 10 years ago? But 10 years ago, it was so like, honestly, the amount of gigs that I did at Redcar, unbelievable.
I'm going back 30 years, mate.
Well, it's more than, because how long have I been? It was because of Redcar that I started vaping. Seriously?
Yeah, with that hotel.
Yeah, the hotel. I forget what hotel it was called.
Weren't the Coton, was it?
I can't remember, but I know it bloody took you about 15 minutes to get from one end to other.
Yeah, that sounds like the Coton. Well, there used to be the Pig and Whistle. That was just up from the level crossing in Redcar. And that place had a sort of... It was always deemed to be a rough...
What's the seaside resort just down from Redcar?
Saltburn.
Sorry?
Saltburn.
The one with the Victorian.
The
Yeah,
steam lift.
yeah, I gigged there as well.
Solburn's nice.
Mm.
You can't beat Cleethorpes.
I absolutely agree with you. You can't beat Cleethorpes.
I went there.
I love Cleethorpes. There's
There's
nothing
no
there.
anymore.
Pardon?
There's no there anymore.
Well, there's never been out there in the first place.
And then if you go into station car park, bloody hell, the amount of glass all over the car
Whoa.
park.
Do you know another place I love to go, and there's absolutely bugger all there, and that's Sutton-on-Sea. But perfect if you want to take your dog for a walk.
Paddling pool's still there.
Don't know. I didn't know there were a paddling pool. Just a massive big sea.
Used to be a big council run, almost like paddling pool there.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I know there's a golf course.
Poppers on the pier. Now, forget Poppers. If you're in Cleethorpes, head for the Mermaid. Right, literally right next door to the train station. Best fish and chips I've had in a long time. On sea chippies back. Bloody hell, if you live on the east side of England, in the northern part of, you're getting some good tips here.
Yeah, you certainly are. Yeah,
Well,
I've got to admit, Sutton-on-Sea, there's bugger all there, except a load of blooming sheds that are called chalets, and lots of sea. Well, it's perfect. It's brilliant, especially when you take dogs.
Fee's just asked, anyone go to Butlins anymore? Only if there's a 90s weekender on.
Do you know, one place I've never been? I have never ever been to a Butlins.
I've done a weekend there and I wouldn't do it again. But I've gone to the Harbour, Skinning Grove. I've been to Middies in Gainsbury. It's on proper form. Oh, is that a chip shop, mate? I shall have to ask my good lady about that one. She probably knows of that.
Do you know what I find fascinating about Gainsborough? It's bigger than you think it is.
It's what?
It's bigger than you think it is.
It's huge.
Hmm.
There you go. Middies is lovely.
Right, are we going to do our final giveaway? Let me just find it.
On Trinity Street. Bloody hell. Not been down Gainsborough for a while.
Let me just show this one out.
Oh, Gainsborough's Goth Shop is awesome.
If you would like to win 60 mils of the wonderful Johnny's Juice. This is UK only, I'm afraid. I do apologise for that, but it's UK only. Type in chat the keyword Johnny's Juice.
Yes, if you're in Gainsborough and you're in need of a fine taxi service driven by a handsome man or mixed taxis, you know the man to call.
And obviously, whoever wins, that's the email that you need to send me your name and address. Send me Unique Strength as well.
Taxi, don't put Goth Shop. It's Johnny's Juice.
Johnny's Juice.
Usual rules apply. You have to be a member of Project X
usual.
Johnny's Juice.
So, guys, out of curiosity, and you can all answer this one while you're here, which do you prefer? Do you prefer us doing it this way, or do you like the spinny wheel?
If to make.
Oh, they're all coming in now. Ooh.
Blackpool is a great chip shop, but it's on a back street on the front.
Oh.
You know, I don't think I've been to Blackpool since I was about knee high to a grasshopper.
you know something? I'm not being awful. My wife is from Lancaster, and we've got family that live there. And Morecambe and Blackpool, they've just let it go to ruin. They really have. Right, I'm going to give it another minute because we'll be going soon, because I want you guys over on Vic's show because he's got that special draw.
The auction, yes. 30 devices, I believe.
Yeah, I believe, 30 devices he's got the auction for. Right, I'm going to roll it. Shane Gibson, congratulations.
Excellent.
Shane, send your name and address to that up there. It's just there. And you include unique strength as well. I think it's either 0, 3 or 6 you can have it in. Up there.
Shane, do you want it?
Please tell me you want it. I'm not messing about tonight.
Please,
Come on.
Shane.
Shane, you're having it. Email. So congratulations to Jane and congratulations to Sean as well. Shane, sorry. I've got Sean in my head for some reason.
Sean's a she.
I thought you said Sean's a she.
No.
There used to be one. I want it. Awesome. Yeah,
Excellent, Shane.
There you go. Email address there. Just send me your name and address and unique strength there, and I'll get it over to. Awesome. Right, are we going to wrap this one up so people can go and quickly grab a cup of coffee before they watch Vic's show?
Yes, make sure you go and support the majestic Mullin and the fantastic cause.
Yes, very fantastic cause.
Well, she looks out. Sean the Sheep is very popular in Wales, especially on cliff tops for some reason. But anyway, enough of that.
Yes, enough of the Velcro and wellies.
You're bad.
Nah.
As we said, get yourself over. Please watch Vic. Help out if you can.
Yep.
It's going to half of it's going to a fantastic cause, which is.
And if you don't want to enter his draws, if you don't want to enter into his draws, that's a good one.
He'd love you to.
I'm sure he would. On our Facebook page, we've got the Just Giving page there. So if you want to donate £1 or whatever, that's fantastic.
Any little bit helps.
Yeah, every little bit helps.
And when you see the story, and I'm sure Vic will run through it, I'd have a look in his drawers. Make easy.
Right, you can say your goodbyes.
Indeed, chap. Thank you for joining us. You didn't have to, but you did. And you've listened to us rant and moan and rage. Thank you. I hope you've had a giggle tonight, because I have. We got very close.
We got very close.
Where's the other half going? The other half is going to Mick's daughter, who unfortunately has been diagnosed with cancer. If you take a look on the show page or on Mick's, there's more details on there. Obviously, I don't want to go into too much detail, but it's a very worthy cause.
It's a very worthy cause, yes.
Excellent. Shane sent the email.
Awesome.
Dudes, thanks for joining us. As we said for the last few weeks, if there's anything you want us to talk about, email it, Facebook it, tell us. There's loads of stuff going off. Is there something going off in your part of the world that you think people should know about? Good, bad, indifferent, whatever. Send it in.
Yeah, definitely.
And on that note, I shall hand you over to the gaffer.
Steve, what a fantastic show. Thoroughly enjoyed. You guys in chat are always awesome. Guys on the replay, if you've come this far, we love you loads. big love to you all. Right, we're going to shoot off because obviously you want to go and grab a quick cuppa, something to eat, to settle down and watch Vic and the gang. So, going to wrap this one up. Thanks ever so much for watching. Have a fantastic weekend and a wonderful week. We'll see you back here next week, 7:30 Thursday. Don't forget, as you leave, give us the old thumbs up. See if we can beat 37. I think that's our highest score we've got so far. If we can beat 37, that will be brilliant. So from myself and my wonderful co-host, we wish you a wonderful evening. So, bye.
See you later.
Outro.
Up above the streets and houses, rainbow flying high. Everyone can see it smiling over the sky. Paint the whole world with a rainbow.
Or daft. Possibly both.